Welcome to Mildstoric, where true tales of the past walk the line between history and the uncanny. In today's journey, we unravel one of the strangest episodes ever recorded, the eerie, feverish outbreak of the dancing plague of 1518. Imagine it's July 1518. The sun is merciless, the cobbled streets of Strasbourg simmer with heat, and the air is thick with unease. Suddenly, a woman steps out from her modest home and begins to dance. No music, no festival, just the haunting shuffle of feet against stone. This wasn't a moment of joy. It was the beginning of one of the most perplexing events in human history, the dancing plague of 1518. For weeks, hundreds of people would join her. They danced until they bled. They danced until they collapsed. Some even danced to death. Let's travel back through time and unpack the mystery. Historical context. A city on the brink. To understand the madness, we have to walk in the shoes of a 16th century Strasbourger. Strasbourg, back then, was a city alive with trade and culture. But that vibrancy was only skin deep. Beneath it lay layers of hardship and despair. Socio-economic pressure cooker. Recent years had brought disaster. Crop failures turned into food shortages. Hunger crept into every household. Inflation choked what little hope people clung to. Plagues like smallpox and syphilis roamed freely. Life was not just hard, it was terrifying. Belief, fear, and the supernatural. Now add to that a deep-rooted belief in divine punishment. People believed saints could cure, but also curse. One saint in particular, Vitus, was known for something eerie. He could, they believed, curse sinners with uncontrollable dancing. It sounds unbelievable today, but for a people living in fear, this wasn't just legend. It was reality waiting to strike. The outbreak. When dancing became a nightmare. It began quietly. A woman known only as Frau Trophy stepped into the street and danced. Alone. No song, no celebration. Just wild, feverish movement. She danced for hours, then a day, then another. Within a week, more had joined. A dozen, then dozens. By the end of the month, nearly 400 people were dancing uncontrollably through the streets. What started as a curiosity became a public crisis. A city in motion, and in pain. Eyewitness accounts paint a brutal picture. Feet torn open from endless motion. Exhaustion so deep, dancers would fall only to rise again. Trance-like states, where the dancers seemed completely unaware of what was happening. Some died. The city, now in chaos, sought answers. The physicians and the fire. City leaders turned to the doctors. The diagnosis, hot blood. Their prescription, more dancing. In a strange and terrible twist, officials erected a stage in the town square. Musicians were hired. Dancers were encouraged to keep going, to purge the fever through motion. But the madness only grew. The music played, the dancers moved, and still, they could not stop. The church intervenes. When medicine failed, the people turned to faith. Clergy declared the plague a punishment from Saint Vitus. The city arranged pilgrimages to his shrine. There, rituals were performed. Holy water was sprinkled. Dancers were fitted with small crosses and red shoes, symbols meant to ward off the curse. In the cool, dark sanctuaries, far from the rhythms of the city, some found peace. Others returned only to dance again. Theories through time. What really caused the dancing plague? Centuries later, scholars still debate. One theory. Ergot poisoning, a mold-on rye that can cause hallucinations and spasms. But ergot usually leads to convulsions, not coordinated dance. Another. Mass psychogenic illness, also called mass hysteria. In times of stress, the body mirrors the mind's deepest fears. One dancer could become 10. 10 could become hundreds. The supernatural, the spiritual. For some, those answers are just as valid. The dance fades. After weeks of chaos, the plague slowly vanished. No grand moment, no clear cure. The music stopped. The bodies rested. The city exhaled. But Strasbourg would never forget. The streets that once echoed with the shuffle of bleeding feet held silence, and a question that would never truly be answered. Legacy of the plague. The dancing plague lives on, not just as a story of the past, but as a warning. It reminds us of the power of belief, the fragility of the human mind, and the strange ways that history repeats itself. Even now, collective anxiety can spill into the world in terrifying forms. Panic, delusion, movement we cannot control. We may never know what truly happened in Strasbourg that summer. But the story survives, a rhythm in history that defies explanation. Was it science? Was it spirit? Or something stranger still? Thanks for watching Mildstoric, where real history feels unreal. If this tale intrigued you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling journeys into the past.